Hello everybody, my name is Aaron, also known as Rebel Zed, and today we are going to be taking a look at Rimworld. Rimworld is a colony simulation slash survival strategy game by Tynan Sylvester. It's really fun, and it has a very deep layer of strategy that a lot of other games kind of fail to capture. And through the whole process of doing it, you end up with a lot of crazy things happening. Little minor events that normally wouldn't be a problem could potentially compromise your entire thing and make you have to restart. So that's what makes it fun, is that the complete random and chaos that can come from just the slightest random thing. So we're going to hop right in. We're going to start a new colony. We're going to do the default scenario, the crash landed. 3 of you awake from your cryo-sleep sarcophagi and the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before your ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown Rimworld. You start with 3 people, chosen randomly from... Wait, chosen from 8? I'm not sure what that means. Because I've played one scenario of this before, just to kind of get the feel for it. But yeah, chosen from 8, not sure what that means. Then you start with all this random stuff, and some other stuff scattered around the map. I jump on here. I do Randy random, because Randy doesn't follow rules, so generate random events, and he doesn't care if they make the story of triumph or utter hopelessness. It's all drama to him. And we're going to do some challenge, just because it's, you know, the medium difficulty. I like to stick it to normal. I might bump it up to rough, like if things, you know, if everything turns out okay and we win, or everything turns out horribly and we lose. I looked at a map already. I did the Seed Legion. I put it up to 50%. I put rainfall up 1 tick. And I found a spot that I really liked on that map, so we're going to generate this world. And the way this works, it procedurally generates infinite worlds based on the seed that the world comes from. In this case, I'm coming from the Seed Legion. It'll create some sort of, you know, background program that runs and procedurally generates a planet that you can then choose hexes on as to where you want your colony to be. Once you choose the location on the world that you want your colony to be, it'll then put you into just that one hex, and it'll show, you know, the whole, it'll zoom into the area, and it'll be a lot more, you know, what you would assume a game to look like. Alright, so here we are on this planet, and as you can see, there's a whole lot of icons all over the place. Each one of these icons is belongs to a different faction based on its color. You can see there's green right here, there's, you know, a tan, blue, orange, red, and I believe there's purple somewhere. Maybe, well, purple is blue. So I click on the factions here, and you can see there's 5 different factions on this planet. You can see there is the Dominion of Hurler, who I guess are kind of friendly to us. The People's Compact of Sway, and these are the tan and the purple people. They both are kind of friendly with us. We have the Nation of Lacabobra, which are the green ones, these little huts, and they are pretty hostile to us. But then we have 2 pirate bands, the Night Crushers and the Animal Cutters. They're pirates, and they hate everyone. As you can see with the fact that they're at war with everyone. They hate everybody. So, yeah, you can look around, and each one of these icons is a settlement from one of the different factions. This is a pretty busy world. The other world that I had started on was not nearly this busy. Definitely did not have this much pirate activity. Holy cow, there's so many pirates on this map. But the spot I found was relatively safe. It's near our enemy, but also near one of our friends. It shouldn't be too bad. These guys we can make friends with over time if we treat them nice and we don't, you know, murder their everything. Eventually we can make friends with them, because I know in my last game I had a offer for peace, you know, peace talks that I could go send a person to in order to, you know, try and improve relations. But the spot I found was one of these tiles right here. See, that one has we're looking over here, the stone types. Because the last one I had like every type of stone. It was really ridiculous to try and sort through all that stuff and keep it all in storage. I've played, a bit of this game, so I kind of know what I'm looking for in these maps. I like the small hills because it gives like mountains and stuff that you can build in or around, and it'll give you some sort of natural cover. The large hills, most of your map is going to be covered with hills, but then there's these dark ones, which are impassable terrain. You can't put anything there. So I like the small hills because it gives you some mountainous terrain to work with, but not a whole ton that'll cover your entire map. I also want to do a river because I've never built with a river in my settlement before. So I'm thinking that one has 3. I don't like that. That's sandstone and slate, granite and sandstone. Ooh, I could do it in the Y. That would be interesting. That has slate, marble, and limestone. I like all 3 of those stones. It's small hills, river terrain. Got a couple things I like. Average temperature is 72 degrees, but yeah. 23 centimeters of rain per year. Well, that's typical because it's a rainforest. Alright, so I'm going to hit next, and now we go to look at our character creation screen. So as you can see, a whole lot of information here to digest, but basically each one of these people down here on the side is your colonists. Oh, that's what it means. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's 3 chosen from a total of 8. There's 5 colonists here that are, done from that. So, as you click through these, you see each person has their own, unique traits. They have a name, they have what they appear like, all this stuff. And, you look through, we have quite a few people. They're all really diverse. First thing I want to look at is their health. Like, what health issues do they have? So Kaisar here has an old gunshot to the head, which, not too bad. It's 93% efficiency, so it's not, going to hamper much. However, she is incapable of... The next thing I want to look at is their incapabilities. What are they not going to do ever? So the things they can't do is they can't be caring, they can't be social, and they can't haul things. So she's incapable of ever, being a medic. She's incapable of ever socializing with other, people. If I want to send someone out on a diplomatic mission, she is incapable of doing that. She's also incapable of hauling. She can't, pick stuff up and move it around. So, oh, geez, I'm dropping things. So I'm going to re-roll this one. So this, let's look at this Sice. No injuries, no incapabilities, a lot of things he's passionate about. So passion, you can see there's no passion. They learned it at 35% efficiency, so a third of the normal speed that someone would learn it at if they had, a single tick of passion here, which means they learn it at 100% capacity and they get joy from it. They're happy doing these things. Or you can get double tick here, burning passion. They learn it at 150% speed, and they gain twice as much joy from it. They really love doing this stuff. This guy's really good looking because he has passion for shooting, which is good. He has a double passion, like a burning passion for melee, and he's pretty good score on melee anyway. He also has a burning passion for construction, which in the beginning is going to be really good because construction is important. These other things, he's really good at crafting and intellectual. Those are going to be good later game. Assuming that we get to later game. Crafting is going to be really good for making, clothes and tools and stuff like that. And intellectual is going to help with our research and such. So he's definitely really good. I'm going to keep him. See, Freckles, no health injuries, incapable of intellectual and artistic, meaning he can't make art and he can't research, which is fine. Those are going to be later game things that we don't really need to worry too much about. And relationship-wise, this person is actually the son of this person. So that's interesting. She's also incapable of intellectual, so that's not too bad. So this guy, he's really good at shooting with a good passion for it. he's pretty decent at everything else. He's low skills, but that's not too much to worry about. Super immune, what does that do? He 30% immunity speed gain. So if somebody starts to get an infection, they fight it with like a building up of immunity. He can survive illness. Yeah, his immunity gains much faster than a normal person would, and can survive illnesses that would kill most others. So that's a really good trait. Volatile mental break threshold, so he is more mentally unstable. He's also a wimp. He has a minus 65 pain threshold. Wow, so he gets into too much of a fight, he is going to get knocked out really quickly from that fight. So yeah, he seems pretty decent. We're going to keep him. He's probably going to be our hunter because he can shoot really nice. Chantel, his mother, is incapable of intellectual, but she is... she's okay. She's pretty good at art. She's really social. Those guys are both pretty bad at social. She's got an 8 social, so I might want to keep her just for her social skill. However, I don't know. I'm probably going to re-roll her for someone with a little bit better stats. Let's go ahead and hit randomize. So, this guy's interesting. He's got... he got a bite scar on his big toe, and it causes him a bit of pain. But he has okay shooting, okay melee, with a bit of passion for both of those. He's got a big passion for animals, and he's already got 10 score in it. Yeah. And he's got a little bit of passion for cooking, construction, or growing, and art. Growing is really important because you need to grow food in order to have a sustainable supply of it. So having someone with, an interest in growing, especially because these other two that I really like don't have any growing interest. So having some growing interest with some already built up thing, it's okay. I'm probably going to re-roll this guy anyway. Nope, she's really bad. Incapable of firefighting. She will never fight fires, which is horrible. If a fire starts in your base, it can destroy your entire base very quickly. She seems really good, especially with the 13 shooting, the 6 melee, 8 social, 8 medicine, 7 cooking. But I need someone who has good at least good growing, if not anything else. Yeah, no, he has too many capabilities. Capable of firefighting, hauling, none. Okay. Nope, no passion for growing. Okay, here we go. This guy. He's got a good growing, good passion for it, so that's good. He's incapable of social, which is less good. But this guy has a passion for social, so he'll build up some socialism. Socialism? No, not socialism. Socialiteness eventually. He does have a little bit of frostbite on his ear, his leg. Both of his legs have a little bit of damage, but it's not too bad. They're still over 80% efficiency, so. He has a good passion for cooking, decent passion for growing. I'm going to go into one of the mods I installed, Prepare Carefully. And it's basically a build your own settler kind of mod. Let's go to Bite the Researcher, and let's do I have a medic? Okay, I'm gonna bump him up 1 point in medicine just to make sure I have someone who is going to make sure people don't die. His growing is okay. He's good at shooting. He's okay at shooting, but more melee focused. This guy, I'm going to give him a little bit of passion for melee, just to make sure that he can, have any sort of fight in him. But that's all I'm gonna do. Let's go. Wait. Cancel save character. Save character. Because those are both the ones that I... Oh, okay. Okay. Did I mess this up? Let's go back. Confirm. Okay, I don't know why that didn't change. Not sure what all that was about. I'm going to kind of look through these guys, make sure they don't have any incapabilities that I need to be really worried about. Alright. Those guys are fine. And we're going to rename these guys something interesting. Sice. Let's rename you to... You know, we'll go with people I know. You know, we'll go with my good friends for the start of this. We'll start with... Sice, you're the kind of smart one, so we'll go with... Aaron Smith. The nickname of... Just Smith. We'll just go with the last names. Brett, you're shooty guy. Incapable of artistic intellectual. We'll go with... Josh Lockwood. And this guy, he likes growing stuff. You know, smarty pants, big smarty boot. We'll go with... Zach Dunn. The rest of these guys, I really don't care about what their names are. We may or may not get them in some sort of crash pod later on. But with that, we are going to start away. One. Alright, so now that we're in game, the three of you awake from your cryo-sleep sarcophagi. We already heard that. Alright, so escape pods, start right there. So let's take a look around at what we have. Let's take a look at the map. So you got this river kind of going through the center here. Got a couple of mountains down here to the bottom. Some hills and such around this area. It's an interesting thing. It looks like it's a rock roof. Yeah, so this is a little cave right here that goes like the river goes through the cave right there. Oh, that's interesting. Got some more mountains up here to the top. I like this area right here. That's all marshy soil. Maybe not, because you can't build a lot of stuff on marshy soil. Thermal vent right here. That's pretty good. Thermal vents allow you to, you know, harness the power of heat later in the game. I'm liking this spot. That's a lot of fertile soil, really good for growing. I might start a base like right up in here and start growing on that. Let's look around. This is all marshy soil there, so I don't like that. All marshy soil. Marsh. That's some fertile, little box of fertile soil right there, but not too big. That's all marsh. Ooh. Yeah, that's all rich soil there with a little bit of marshy soil right there. I might just start it down here just because that is a nice little spot to have a lot of good stuff to start with. Yeah, I think I'm going to start my base like right over here somewhere. Or yeah, probably right here. Which isn't too far away from where my people start. So first off, let's start with a zone order to make a stockpile zone. This is where your peoples are just going to dump everything. They're just going to take all the stuff here, unforbid it so they know that they're allowed to grab it. Unforbid. No. Unforbid. Let's start this so our dog walks off of this. Oh yeah, we have a dog named Smokey. It's a husky. Or no, it's a she. It's a female dog named Smokey. Alright, so Josh was the... yeah. So you click character, you can see all their stats again once you actually get in game. So he was the shooter. We're going to give him the rifle. Right click and say bolt action. He is good with melee, but he's much better at shooting. So we're going to give him the pistol. And he has 2 melee, but you know, we're going to give that to him for like self-defense, basically. Okay. So I'm going to put that on speed. They're going to start hauling all of that over to the storage zone. I'm going to look around the map really quickly, see if there's anything else, like these packaged survival meals. The game starts with a bunch of these things scattered around the map that can be hauled, but you have to find them around the map first and set them to not be forbidden. See some more steel right here. A little bit more steel there. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Because some of these resources, right, like that, steel, are very good to have. That scares me already. The fact that big of an ape. Okay. We'll get to those. We'll get to those in due time. Just know that just seeing walls like that scares me. We'll get there. We'll get to that point. Luckily, I'm not too close to it. Alright. We can deconstruct the ship trunk to get some more metal. And that looks like it's most of it, at least for now. You're a chinchilla. Oh, no, there's a ship trunk right there I can deconstruct. Oh, and some steel right here that was right on my base that I was about to miss. Alright, so I'm going to pause real quick, and the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go into orders and say to chop wood. We're going to want a lot of wood to start so we can make a lot of houses. I'm going to just click and drag over this whole area here and chop all the wood in here. Then I'm going to select this just so I know where it's at, and then I'm going to go into and we're going to cut all the plants. Sure, deforest this whole block just so there's no trees, no plants, no nothing in there that'll prevent me from putting items down inside of it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit plan, and I'm going to make out plans for a simple building. I know I'm going to want a main room, a kitchen, and rooms for the 3 of my survivors. So I will do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so. Okay. Before I start, I'm going to go to options. Turn down the game volume quite a bit. Turn music volume like all the way down. Okay. Coming back in 3, 2, 1. Alright, and we're back. So as you can see right here, we set up a little bit of a basic outline for a base. You can see a main common room right here, 3 bedrooms along the side wall here, and a kitchen up on the top. So we're gonna hit go, and while my peoples are running around collecting things, I'm going to start setting up the build orders for this. So we're gonna start with some wooden walls here. I'm going to just click and drag, set up these walls all the way here, like this, wall like that, wall there, wall there, walls there, walls there, yes, and that, those, thems, and the other. And these blank spaces we left here are going to be doors. I hit door, 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 door. Alright. So that's going to be our basic base right there. I do have a couple of mods installed. I know that this right here is a mod, basic bridges, but lets me build bridges across water so it doesn't slow me down and I can cross them better. So see, we got this guy already starting working. Black wood. Alright. So I want to get these roofed pretty quickly because, as you can see down here, it says deteriorating due to being unroofed. Things, when they're just left out in nature, will occasionally... See, this is already starting to deteriorate. It's at 58 out of 60. Slowly but surely, they'll begin to rot. So, the way you prevent that is you set up a couple of supports. I'm going to go like this a little bit. This a little bit. I'm going to go that. 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 Actually, we're gonna... That looks really gross. Space these out a little bit better. Set it on the corners. There. 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 That's better. And then we're gonna set one right in the middle. And then once these bits of walls get built, then we will have to go to zone area and build roof area. And we just click and drag over the whole thing, and the people will build roofs over our stockpile. So, Zach's over here doing that. We got Smokey. Smokey's he's running around doing whatever. Alright. And so I'm gonna pause. Pretty much the most important panel in this entire game is gonna be here at work. Right now it is set to simple mode, where you either tell them to do it or tell them not to do it. However, I'm going to highly recommend, like literally if anybody starts playing this game, automatically click this button. It'll switch it over to number mode, and it'll let you set numbered priorities as to what they do. So I know firefighting and patient, this is if you have an immediately life-threatening condition, go to bed and heal up. So we're going to set these both firefighting, which is extinguish fires, and patient, which is don't die. We're going to set those both to 1 priority. If you are dying or if there's a fire, drop what you're doing and go fix it. Next thing we want to do is flick, which toggle power on a turret. Anything that needs to be manually gone and switched on and off. If I tell them to do it, I want them to do it immediately. So those 3 are going to be 1 priority right now. So going through, those are the 3 things that are basically automatic. You want those at 1 permanently. Like those are never going to come off 1. But going across, we're going to look first at Zach. His doctoring skill is not very good. His is not either. His is 3, which is, not great, but it's also the best we have. So we're going to set him to our, we're going to set Smith to be our de facto doctor. He's got a little bit of passion for it, and he is our highest skill, although highest skill is a relative term. Zach Dunn here is our next best one, so we're going to set him to 3. You can see that has a red outline because he's horrible at it. The average of relevant skill is very low. However, he's the second best we've got, so we're going to set him to 3. He'll do it, but it won't be his biggest priorities. Bed rest, recuperate from non-life-threatening emergencies. We're going to set that to 2. It's not life-threatening, so it'll be less. It's less important, but it's still pretty important, so I'm going to set that to 2. Warden is managing, feeding, chat with, and recruiting prisoners. Zach is unable to do that. For some reason he is unable to warden. Josh Lockwood has a 4 skill in wardening, and Aaron has a 3 skill in wardening. So we're going to set him to, well, right now, don't really care about wardening. We don't have any prisoners or such, so we're just going to set that to a 3. Although I will set this to 2, just in case, if we do get a prisoner, then he will already be set to handle it. Since we don't have them, they'll just ignore these for now. Handling is taming, training, harvesting resources from animals. So he's at 3, he's got 3, and he's at 1. So we're going to set both of these to 3 for now, just because it's not very important. And you, don't even matter. We're going to leave that empty just because he has no skill in it, and no interest, no nothing. Cooking, preparing meals. He has a 4, he has a 3, he has a 2. So we're going to set him as a cook. Cooking is very important, so we're going to set it to a 2 priority. He can. They both have a bit of passion for it. I don't know if it's burning passion. I can't quite tell. No, it's just regular interest in cooking. So yeah, they're gonna both be cooks. Smith is not going to be a cook though. Hunting. He has 0 skill in shooting, so he's not gonna be a hunter. He has a 12 skill in hunting. He's gonna be our hunter, definitely. And he has a 4 skill in shooting, so we're going to set him to a 3 for hunting. So he will hunt, but it's not going to be his top priority. Construction, right now, construction is our most important deal, so we're going to set this to 2 all around. Although he loves construction, he's got a good construction skill, so we're going to set him to 1, just so he is only going to construct currently. He's going to be our master carpenter. Growing is our growing of crops. Both Smith and Lockwood are horrible at it, but Dunn is good, so we're going to set him to 2. He's going to grow that's gotta be one of his main jobs, is going to be gardening. Mining, since I'm not building in a mountain, it's not going to be quite as important. However, it's going to eventually come down. I'm going to need some bricks or some metal. So I'm going to set it all to 3 because it's not that important, but eventually it'll be a job that we want done. Plant cutting plants. We're going to set that to 3. 3 for now. And smithing, tailoring, art, crafting, those are all making things, which right now is not important, so we're going to set all of that to 4. He's not even going to do art. Hauling, that's grabbing things, moving it around. Currently, we're just trying to consolidate everything. That's going to be set to a 1 priority. You want everyone needs to be hauling right now. Cleaning, it's decently important to keep people happy, so we're going to leave it on 3. Research right now, it's not important, but he likes research, so we're going to set him to a 2. We're going to set him to 3, just so they all do stuff. Alright, so those are our priorities set. People will start from this end, work their way down. You know, they look at ones. Do we need to do this? Do we need to do this? No. No. Do we need to do this? No. Do we need to do this? Yes. And I will go haul. And then when they're done with 2s, they'll go back through, or 1s, they'll go back through. Do I need bed rest? No. Do I need to cook? Yes. And I'll go cook. So that's how priorities work. And they just go down the list, wrapping around over and over again until they find something they have to do. So we're going to start this again. Click off that. And now these guys are going to run around doing what they need to do. Right now, all of this is made of wood. We've used all of our wood. Dang, he's really fast at building. Like, my other thing, I didn't have a lot of people who were good at construction, so it was pretty slow going when it came to building things, but he's just like, smash, 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 smash. Everything's built really quick. So they're both hauling some steel down here. While they're doing their thing, I'm going to take a little bit of a look around. So they're just going to be cutting trees, you know, grabbing things, all of such and such. Make sure that everything is where we need it to be. And while they're doing that, I'm going to take a look around. So these things, not sure about this one specifically, probably not. But normally when you see walls out in the open, completely encircled, completely boxed in, usually there is some sort of ancient danger in there, whether it be ancient robots that'll kill you or a hive of, you know, super insects that'll eat you. Things like this where it's open definitely won't have any in them because you can see in them, you can see that they don't. However, if you look, you know, this right there, that concerns me. I'm actually going to mark that because that's pretty hidden, and I'm not going to use my planning tool. I'm going to mark that whole area there. Actually, I use a different tool for that. Yeah, so that right there, that spooks me. This one right here, definitely, I guarantee that this has ancient dangers in it. This one, I'm not quite sure. So that'll definitely be something that I'm keeping my eyes open for. This one, probably not because it extends out just that far. However, the planning tool is good for another thing, planning out mining. You look around, you can see these discolored things. This is compacted steel. You know, I look around. Let's see if I have another thing. That's also compacted steel, compacted machinery. So there's different resources that you can mine out through here. So I like to go in here, grab the planing tool. I like to mark out where the resources are. Some there, not there. Some jade right there. More stuff right there. Bunch of stuff right there. Bunch right there. A little bit right there. I'll go through the map and I'll mark areas with resources. That's a big vein right there. I'm sure this whole thing is like full of stuff. That one luckily doesn't have anything I really need. Wait, was that? Oh, compacted machinery. I thought that was like uranium or something. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get really excited. See along here. Bit down there. Bit of machinery in that spot. A lot of ore in this bit of cave there. There's some stuff right outside of the planning area. You can't put plans there. So I'm gonna just put a box right there just to denote that it's that. That's a big vein there. That's a big vein. That's some more. Alright, man, it looks like I've marked most of it. It's a little bit there. There's probably some more stuff deep in the mountains, but right now I've marked what I know is stuff. Alright. So I know that eventually at some point I know where those resources are. And I will be able to go get them. About an hour, about 20 minutes that I went to go help with something, so probably record for another like 20 or so minutes. Let's set up a timer for 20 minutes and okay. So these guys are kind of just going to do their thing. You know, building, making sure that everything is set up. I'm actually going to go into here, grab the furniture, and make sure that they have beds in their bedroom. We're going to stick those up in here. Make sure that they're, you know, going to put their beds in there. Another thing that's really important for people to see, yeah, because they're sleeping outside. And if you look at their needs, you can see their mood, their different needs for food and rest and such. But you'll see that their mood changes based on the environment. And here you can see, you know, they've got a little bit of optimism and some expectations for what is going to happen. However, they're uncomfortable, they ate without a table, they're feeling pretty bad, they're joy deprived of the environment. When they wake up, I believe they get a debuff for sleeping without a bed, but like I don't think they get the mood debuff just yet. They get that later once they have woken up. Where is Zach? Zach's up here. How close is he to passing out? Pretty much. He's getting pretty close. He's probably going to drop that off and then sleep. Then once we get the house built, we're just going to go into orders and cut plants. We're going to want to cut all the plants that are inside. just to make sure that we don't have any plants growing inside the building. Alright, we're going to triple speed through this, through the night. We're going to work, and we're just going to bump this down to 2. Alright, so we got people starting to wake up, eating their food. Yeah, what's he got to do? He's going to start hauling wood around. Yep, that was another debuff. Why people need their own rooms. Yeah, so he slept on ground, slept outside, other things. Disturbed sleep, if somebody, you know, walks around them and stuff like that, then they'll get a mood penalty for being woken up in the middle of the night. So, that's why you want each person to have their own separate room. Alright, so we're going to put a build roof area. And you can see that they're already starting to build roofs here, because it's a completed structure, has a door, you know, walls all around. The corners don't really matter, they count eventually. We're going to extend a roof area all along here, so they build roofs over the stockpile. And that's kind of the way this game works. You don't directly control your people, you just set them work priorities, and you set orders for them to do work. And they will eventually get to it. You can see building roofs is apparently a very high priority for them. I'm not quite sure what that falls under. I'm pretty sure it falls under construction, but roofing has a very high priority apparently. They will only build roofs out as far as it can be supported. People don't tend to, as far as I've noticed, it could be a thing that they do, but they will not build roofs farther out than can be supported by the walls that are underneath them. So he's going to go build a wooden door. He's going to go haul wood to a blueprint. I'm not sure which one. Ah, this blueprint. So yeah, he's going to go start building these. So we got a bunch of chunks of limestone right here. We're going to set all of those to be able to haul. And we're going to set up a dumping zone, which is where we keep all our trash and such. We're going to set the dumping zone probably up here, just because you can't do a lot on stone. So we're going to set a dumping zone up here that we're just going to go throw all of our garbage in. Actually, you know what? I lied. I delete that zone. Bring the dumping zone close to home. Put it back in this spot right here. Because we want it close to home, because you put chunks of stone and such in the dumping zone, and you want to be able to get to those so you can make things, you know, like limestone chunks. If I want to make, you know, if I want to make flooring out of the limestone, you have to use these limestone chunks here in order to make that. So I set all of these to haul. Get them out of here. Yeah, we're just gonna throw all of these chunks in here. Consolidate them all in one spot. so that they're easy to get to. We know, what type of wood or stones we have available to work with. Although I'm not sure why they are hauling before they're building. Oh, because yeah, I'm not sure why they're hauling before they're building, because construction is still higher priority than hauling is, even though they're both set to 2. I'm gonna dump hauling down to 3, just so they will focus more on building. That's more of a long-term goal, is to, move all that crap out of here. Let's expand my stockpile zone here. We're gonna expand it into the little nook that we had there. Might as well put it between the pillars. Maximize space for what we have roofed. He's just cloud watching. He just went over here, laying on the rocks and watching the clouds. That's actually a... Why are they both doing that? That's something I've never seen before, which is interesting. I've never seen the cloud watching activity. All of them are going for relaxation things right now. That is something I've never seen them do before. Just all of them go for, chill stuff real quick. Especially the cloud watching. They're just laying on the ground watching clouds. Normally it's just work, work, work all the time, unless I set them to specifically have some time for joy, which I'm actually going to do. It's good to let them have at least 2 hours, right before they go to bed, where they, they'll go and do some joy activities. It keeps them from getting their head exploded from going crazy. Yep, so back to work. Gotta go build some more doors and such. I'm gonna set this to triple speed just to get what building done I can right now, so we can get to the more interesting stuff. Oh, that's why I hear squealing. This panther is killing a pig. Do I want to steal it out from under him? Kinda do. I'm going to draft both of you. Kill the panther. Cool. So you can go chill. He's going to... Is the panther dead? No, it's downed. It's going to die in 15 hours, though. Is going to die here soon as well. Panther Revenge. It got mad at me shooting it. So how did he do? He got a couple of scratches. He's in no immediate danger, although he probably should get a bed done quickly so he can... Do we not have any wood? Do we have anyone cutting wood? He's cutting grass. Where's Zach? He's over here. What is he doing? He's hauling wood to this. What do you mean I need material wood? You're holding wood right now. Okay, whatever. Does this count as resting? No, he's just sleeping. I need these beds done. I'm not sure why they are being so angsty about building some beds. I'm gonna 3-speed it, you know, just get it done. Get an autosave in. Just need defenses. Yeah, eventually we will get raided, and so I'm going to have to make sure that I have some sort of defenses set up. What is their grass cutting priority? It's only 3. That's a bit strange that they're prioritizing cutting grass over finishing the house. Yeah, he's getting pretty severe blood loss. We're gonna have to. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's gonna be resting in that bed, you know, healing up a bit, making sure his blood loss doesn't get any worse. I find it funny. We trapped a pig in there. Just completely on accident. Pig just got trapped in there. Yeah, I started seeing blood all over the ground, and I'm like, shite. Probably should get him in a place that it's not as bad. He's stargazing for some joy. He just went on for a walk out there. It's like, okay, I'm done. He's like, oh, hi, I'm just gonna stand on you while you're trying to sleep. Quickly speed through them, finishing these, like, 7 walls right there. And a bed. While they're sleeping, let's go in here, get a growing zone started. Now, can't quite tell where it's at. I can tell it's this whole area right here is all nice, fertile soil. Rich soil. You can see down here in the corner it says soil. But when I hover over this, oh, okay, cool. So, Dunn thinks we should give your faction a name. What should our faction be called? Let's call it Rivertown. Actually, no, that would be the name of this one town. Let's call it, well, based on the channel. Actually, you know what? No. Let's call it the New Horizons Foundation. Yeah, I like that. And this will be Rivertown. Alright, cool. Smith is finished dying. How long do these have left? Oh, I clicked on him. Where's he hauling it? No, is it rotting? No, it's not. No, let's change this to accept corpses. Or animal corpses. And not humanoid corpses. We want to keep our animals roofed so they don't spoil. They're gonna still spoil in a day. I don't want them to spoil. Cool. So let's get our first. First, we need some power. So we're going to throw up a solar generator back here. Yeah, we're gonna throw that there. We're gonna throw. No, not a turbine there. We're gonna throw a solar generator right there. And then we are going to go into the temperature tab, get a cooler. Throw a cooler in this kitchen area that we have built right here. Ah, no, the pig got out. Oh, yes! We're gonna trap the. Oh, dang it, the monkey got out too. Well, pig, you live to see another day. No, but it trapped itself again. Oh, you fool. Alright, so now that this, foolish piggy, now that the cooler is installed, I can set the temperature down. Currently, it is 70 degrees. You want to keep it down, right here is the target temperature. You want to keep it down near freezing. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit under freezing because it tends to, when people open doors, it tends to heat up a little bit. So we'll set that to start cooling the room. Now down here in the corner you can see it'll say, you know, when I hover over it, it'll say indoors, and it'll say the current temperature. Now when I look in here, it is currently indoors and 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And that panther just ate some of my food. Okay, so now that we have a cold area in here, we're going to set a new stockpile zone in here. And this is going to be our kitchen. Now we're going to clear all. We don't want anything in here except for foods and animal corpses. So we'll keep all of our food and all of our corpses in here, and it'll keep them cold. We're going to go into this one, and we're going to turn off animal corpses, turn off food. And now we're going to have people grab all of the animal corpses and all of our food, and we're going to move them into the kitchen. We're actually going to rename it. Rename it, but it's kitchen. This is stockpile 2. Maybe. Kitchen. Alright, and with the completion of our kitchen and the completion of our base, I think I'm going to call it here for this episode. My name has been Aaron, and this has been the first episode of Rimworld. I will see you all next time. Peace.